We are live here in Chicago at the Renaissance Hotel. My hair looking a little
with
crazy.
the PowerTeam International Group, yes. The 2020 event.
Success 2020. This is for entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, then this is for you. It's from 6:30 until 9. You can be late to get here. That's quite all right, as long as you show up.
1 West Wacker right here in Chicago. Going on now, starting at 6:30. Come on down.
Yeah, and actually, it's one block. State Street is right there, right? Right across the street.
Right at State and Wacker, right here on the corner at the Renaissance Hotel, right here on the corner. Come on down.
And there's just a wealth of information. There'll be a panelist, Heather Schooler, Bill Walsh, Zelda Robinson. That would be me. And a host of other surprise guests. And as you can see, we've got people here already. There's Andrea Slaughter in the back. Say hi, Andrea. My personal trainer. My swim buddy. Yeah. So when we going swimming again? Okay.
Be ready.
Okay, now you heard that right when she said, whenever I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready tomorrow. No, can't do tomorrow. Thursday, no, can't do Thursday. Friday, we can do Friday. We can do Friday. Okay, we can do Friday. And my loving hubby.
What up, Chi-Town? Peace out to everybody. Come on down here. Check it out tonight. PowerTeam International. Man, Bill Walsh, his PowerTeam group is the best, trust me. We was in Vegas not too long ago. It was very enlightening, very powerful. Come on down, all you entrepreneurs, and check us out down here. 1 West Wacker, right here in Chicago at the Renaissance Hotel, right here at State and Wacker. Come on down, starting at 6:30. Man, you can't be late, so come on down.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the third floor.
It's on the third floor, Cloud Room 5. Cloud Room 5. You got that? And also behind me is Michelle Carey. Can you see her sitting down there? She putting her lipstick on. She'll do your makeup because she's good. She's a makeup artist. So if you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, she's the makeup artist. Okay, make me look good. Have you seen my pictures later? Girlfriend did that. Okay. And last but not least, where Miss Joanne at? Is she over there? I'm sorry, Miss Austin. That's Miss Austin. Joanne left. That's Miss Austin. Say hey. So we can show you better than we can tell you. Come on down. It's not too late. So it's 6:30. Entrepreneurs Unite right here at Hotel Renaissance. 1 West Wacker, right off the corner of State and Wacker. State and Wacker. You can see people checking in. It's going to be a party, y'all. What are they? I see them over here somewhere. Is that them? Yeah, that's them. They're all waiting. Isn't the lobby gorgeous? I love it. Oh, and let me show you this design I see over here. You will not believe this. I'm going to stand here in front of it. Can you see that? I feel like Vanna Wright, right? Can you see this? You know what these are? I'm Vanna Black. These are pencils. Can you see that? These are actual, if I get up close, can you see that those are pencils? How awesome is that? That's a design. Pencils. They're pencils. Is that awesome? OMG. These are pencils. Can you believe that? Pencils. What artwork? Now, I wish I could say that was my artwork, but I'd be lying, so you can just see it in the back. But in the meantime, in between time, I'll be on the panel. We'll be talking about mindfulness. And if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, then it is imperative that you understand the mind and how it works, because if you're in business, you want to stay in business. And there's some tips and techniques that will help you in your business. And I promise you, if you show up, you will not be disappointed. And if you don't make it, you can also go to the website, ZeldaSpeaks.com, as well as DiabeticDonut.com, where I talk about how I use mindfulness to reverse type 2 diabetes. Isn't that awesome? Mindfulness is a powerful thing, and most of us have not tapped into what I think they say it's about. We use maybe 8% of our brain. That's a lot of brain matter left that we could be using. And mindfulness will help get you there. So I do hope. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Thumbs up to you too. I'm trying to see with my glasses here. But anyway, Thank you so much for joining us. Sherry Spillers. Hi, Sherry. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Javon, for watching. Yes. Tell your friends. We're here until 9, from 6:30 until 9. I think it will be, I can't see what time it is on my phone, but I know it's not 6:30 because I'm standing here in the lobby waiting on my editor. And you see I've got a coat and scarf on because it's still not winter, but winterish in Chicago. Hi, Mackenzie Holmes. Hey, mean eyes. We are standing in the lobby of the Hotel Renaissance, 1 West Wacker, and you're invited. So bring your phone. Come on down. Somebody just said there, 8 more rocks is now following us. Thank you for following us. We appreciate that. And if you want to make a difference in your life, in the lives of those you love, there's just a wealth of information, and it's free. You know, most places, because I've been to seminars before where, you know, the seminars are 5,000, 10,000, but you get your money's worth. I kid you not. You learn from the upper echelon. These people have been doing this since we were babies, and we didn't even know this kind of information existed. So you wonder why people are where they are in their life as opposed to where we are in our lives, then this is the place to be. At the Hotel Renaissance, Success 2020. It's 1 West Wacker on the corner of State and Wacker Drive. And just waiting on my editor here. But in the meantime, in between time, visit the website ZeldaSpeaks.com. You can also go to PowerTeam International. We'll be glad you did. There's just a wealth of information. And if you send them an email, be sure and tell Bill Walsh that Zelda sent you. And I see, congratulations, Glenda Colvin. Hello, how are you? I just talked to your sister Naz yesterday, girl. So good to hear from you. Wish you were here. But if you can't make this one, certainly you can possibly make the next one. And I have no idea when that will be. Oh, Success 2020, June 1st. At the UIC Pavilion. It's for entrepreneurs. All free information that you can use to start a business, build a business, refer a business. It's that kind of place. So you definitely want to be, because jobs are, and you know who's in the office? I can't even call that man's name because he's just, whew, need I say more? So you need to, you know, back in the day, we used to say, get your hustle on. Well, you better get your hustle on for real. You better have 2 or 3 hookups. Is that Kenya Renee? Hey, Miss Renee. Because, congratulations. Let me know about the next one. Okay, Glenda, I will. Yeah, they're on the 3rd floor, Cloud Room 5. I'm still doing lace. Go to the 3rd floor, get off, make a left, go all the way to the end, and start looking. Yeah, Cloud Room 5. Hey, Miss Glenda. Yes, girl, makeup is wonderful, and hair is too, isn't it? My makeup artist is sitting right over there. Where's she at? Yeah, because if it wasn't for makeup, I would just look like I normally look. A little makeup helps every now and then, don't you think? Yeah, so thank you very much. Appreciate that. But anyway, so mark your calendar for June 1st. I can't remember. I think that's on a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. But it's June 1st at the UIC Pavilion on the corner of Roosevelt and Halsted. And it's free. And I believe that event is from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m., something like that. Anyway, so that's that event. Well, tell me, what was the last time that you had a mental challenge, where you were challenged where something you needed to have done or do, and you were having some difficulty with it? Do you talk to yourself sometimes? Do they call you crazy? Well, welcome to my world. I think it's important that we realize that it's really not a shameful thing, even though society tells you you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and that kind of thing if you talk to yourself. I don't believe that to some degree. Sometimes you need to talk to yourself because you have all the answers. You know, we often ask each other for our opinions, their opinions, And then we go ahead and do what we want to do anyway. So we may as well do what we want to do and just ask ourselves the questions doing it anyway. But there's a mindfulness technique, and there's lots of them. If you were to email me, Zelda at ZeldaSpeaks.com, I will put you on the newsletter for our mailing list, which goes out every other week, of information and inspiration. Hi there, Xavier Treadwell. Thank you so much for joining us today. But I will put you on the mailing list for information and inspiration. It's a newsletter that we send out every other week, and it just has lots of resources. I had the honor of speaking at the Diabetes Expo just this past Saturday. Everybody thought I was at the Black Expo. No, I'm at the Diabetes Expo this year because I've got to tell people that it's possible to reverse type 2 diabetes. Do you know how to reverse type 2 diabetes? Are you diabetic? Do you know if you're diabetic? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to get tested. Would you say, Glenda? Yes, I do talk to me. Everybody, you better talk to you, girl. You got all the answers. Anyway, diabeticdonut.com is the website that I built for those who may or may not be diabetic or don't know that they're diabetic. So it's crucial because every day 40,000 people are diagnosed in America. 40,000 people. That's a lot of people. And most don't know they have it. As I did not know that I was a diabetic. I knew that I was pre-diabetic, and I had known that for some years. And about 3 years ago, I had an accident, which was really God's way, an incident that was God's way of remaining anonymous. Because as I was being rolled into surgery, the surgeon looked at my wrist, and he said, Zelda Robinson, yes, date of birth, yeah, diabetic, yeah. And I said, oh, whoa, wait a minute, Jim Shoot, no, that must be another Zelda, I'm not diabetic. He says, oh, yes, you are. And I'm like, OMG. Well, I really didn't have a chance to think about it because I was, anesthetized, so, there were drugs in me, and I was out like a light. But, of course, when I woke up, I wasn't thinking about diabetes. I was thinking about the pain that I wasn't in because I was so woozy. But as I began to heal, and it was a long, rough healing process, I kid you not. And it gave me time to think about my life and how I didn't want to be labeled as incapable of whatever. So, as time moved on, I began the process of practicing mindfulness. I was in pain therapy, and because the pain was so bad. If you've never been in pain like that, where you need narcotics all the time, then you don't want to be in pain either. Anyway, you see, yes, I do talk to me, Miss Glenda. Girl, pain is nothing fun. It is nothing fun. But anyway, over the process, I had a long time to figure out what it is that God wanted me to do, because I've been doing what I wanted to do since all my life. Well, not all my life, but a good portion of my life. I was blessed with the opportunity to work in radio for 20 plus years. And after radio, I was supposed to be doing something else. I was supposed to be working with this nonprofit, and I was half-assed doing it. Oops, did I say? Oh, yeah, I did. I was half doing it, and I think that incident, God's way of remaining anonymous, was its way of telling me that it's time for you to do my work. You have everything you need in life. It's time to help others. So you can stop being selfish now and help others. I didn't think I was being selfish, but evidently that was the message that I got, because it's time to do something different. So that's why I came up with the mindfulness for healing yourself as well as running your business and your life. And I also developed something called it's a program called the Innovative Mindfulness Breakthrough System. I know that's a long word, right? Innovative Mindfulness Breakthrough System. And it's available at ZeldaSpeaks.com. And I also came up with a mindfulness journal, which is a 21-day program where you discover that you're not alone, because in 21 days you can make or break a habit. And this gives you focus, guidance, and directions for any challenge that you may be having physically or mentally or in your business or spiritually for that matter. And that program, I tell people all the time, yeah, I wrote it, but God wrote it actually. I'm just the vehicle that God used to bring that program and that journal into manifestation. So if you want something different, you got to do something drastic. You don't do something different. You really got to do something drastic. Like now that I discovered I was a diabetic because I reversed type 2 diabetes, I developed a whole program that will teach you not only how to reverse type 2 diabetes, but how to not get it again. Nobody could ever told me at my age that I would be going to the gym 6 days a week. My doctor told me I only need to go 3, but I have a tendency to every other day. No, I need to go every day. So I go every day. It's like I can't do it on my own. I know I can't do it on my own. So I ask God. And by the grace and goodness of God, I go to the gym every single day, and everybody's asking, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get the booklet. Get the diabetic donut. You'll find out. It's just not one thing. It's a series of things. It's the gym. It's the mindfulness meditation. It's the programming. You have got to reprogram the subconscious because we think we're operating from the subconscious and we're not. And with that, I've got a call, so I think they want me to get on up there so I can be on the panel. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, stay tuned to your next edition of Higher Learning at ZeldaSpeaks.com and HigherLearningNetwork.org and DiabeticDonut.com. Thanks. Bye.
I'm Illinois State Controller Susanna Mendoza, and I have a huge smile on my face right now because just a little while ago I was able to have a great surprise, and that was to be part of Zelda's meditation technique. And my life is always so hectic, it's very stressful. You can imagine having to deal with a $12.4 billion budget deficit and growing. But for a moment, I escaped all of that and just felt happy. Why? Because I was able to take a moment to breathe, to relax, to move my head around, really relax my shoulders. You know, the little simple things in life that you sometimes just don't take the time to do. So I want to say thank you to Zelda. I wish I could take her in my pocket with me to work every day. But if you get an opportunity, hopefully you'll get to have an excellent 5 minutes or more with Zelda and enjoy her meditation techniques.
Now I have a young lady standing here next to me who just came up and told me that her grandmother is a diabetic. So it goes from one generation, from babies to grandmothers. So tell us about your experience with your grandmother as a diabetic. What is that like on a day-to-day basis?
It's a little bit harder for her to walk around. She has to have her feet up sometimes because she's 94. So yeah, so she has to wear special socks. It's a whole process of pretty much what she can, what she cannot eat. It's really easy. I don't think about it sometimes, but it's like, oh, this has sugar. Okay, we can't do this. Oh, that has sugar. So it's a big deal.
So you help take care of her and help feed her and bathe and clothe her?
Well, luckily she can bathe herself, but she just does have to sit down more often than that. She can't walk around as much as she used to, just so she has to elevate her feet and things like that. But yeah, I do feed her and things like that.
Well, that's one of the things that I've noticed is that before I became a diabetic, I always thought it was only African Americans. But doing my research, I discovered Latino, the Spanish population, as well as African Americans, as well as other ethnicities, including Caucasian. This is not a disease that discriminates. If you live in America and you eat the diet that we eat, chances are you are. What did they say? Every day in America, 4,000 to 8,000 people become diabetic. That's a lot of people, and it doesn't have to be that way. And the way to curtail that is to develop a system. And we've developed the innovative mindfulness breakthrough system that teaches you the body-mind-spirit connection and how to make your diabetes not diabetes, how to reverse type 2 diabetes, and that's the program that I developed. And I want to thank you so much. But what I'd like you to do is look into the camera and tell the person who is thinking of getting better if they're a diabetic, what are some of the things that you've experienced with your grandmother that they can do?
Well, one of the things is changing a diet. Like I know eating healthier, a lot of fruits and vegetables, and then looking into, just eating healthier, I know helped her a lot. It gave her energy and made her happier. It's the smaller things.
And you said eating healthier, so what does that mean? What did she eat that was healthier than what she did not eat?
McDonald's. That was not healthy. We used to eat Dunkin' Donuts, a lot of just processed food. So.
And because it's really not food, it's a filler. Because if it didn't come from the ground, if it's not from a seed, chances are it's processed. So anything that comes in a bag that's prepackaged, chances are it is not a food. And I am not an advocate. I'm not supporting any store like Whole Foods or anybody else. I'm just saying that you need foods that are whole, foods that come from a seed, that have water, lettuce, grapes, kale, spinach, apples, you name it. And one of the things is that people think you can't eat sugar. But you can eat sugar because the body craves sugar. It's the type of sugar that you use. And when you're editing this, I'm sure you'll pull it up, the tray of food that I showed the audience, I have what's called the diabeticdonut.com recipes that I made. And one of those is the recipe of a drink that I drink every single morning, and I call it the ABC so I can remember. A is for apples, B is for beets, and C is for cucumbers. So that's 3 of the ingredients: apples, beets, cucumbers, lemons, ginger, and turmeric. And kale. Did I say kale? And I put that in a blender every morning. So please share that with your grandmother. And you don't have to have the $500 Vitamix, because I was under that impression too.